Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our next live talk here at BASF at K2016. This time we're going to talk about the TeamUP chair. That's the chair of the future. You can see it right over there. And I'm very happy to have two experts with me on stage. Right next to me is Uwe Greschuchna from E2 Design, a company that played a very important role in the making of the TeamUP chair, and Andreas Mägerlein. He's heading our design fabric at Ludwigshafen site. So I start with you. Welcome, first of all. Happy that you're here. I start with you, Uwe. How did E2 Design got involved in the making of the chair? How did you get in touch with BASF?
So our first contact with Design Fabric was related to another project with a different manufacturer. So we had first discussion at Design Fabric, and I was totally flashed of the huge amount of materials and colors and surfaces, and it was a pretty inspiring discussion there. So, and we came back at a certain time. So I got a call from Eva Höfli, and they asked us, "Hey, are you interested in joining our pitch the next time?" So we have a short brief, just decided if you are interested or not. So, and the pitch was the first time we got really involved. We got really good contact with Design Fabric.
Andreas, why did you send out that pitch in the first place? Is furniture industry or chairs, is it something special, interesting for you?
Basically, it is interesting for BASF, and so far it's interesting for us. So, but it's not actually only about the furniture industry, but it's all about all industries. But at some point you need to pick one industry, and at the last K Fair, we showed the concept 1865 bicycle, and we were asking ourselves at the end, so what could be next to that? And it turned out that it needs to be something which is a technical product with an emotional aspect, and like most people here, everybody has a relationship to his office chair. And so we thought that could be a really cool idea to give out this as a concept chair, because everybody already knows concept cars, but who has ever seen a concept chair? And so we said, this is an exciting idea, and that's how it all started. And I think the result really shows that it was worth to do it.
Uwe, when you came up with the design of the TeamUP chair, you must have had certain trends in mind or drivers, like the workplace of the future. How would you describe that?
Usually I'm not interested in the workplaces of the future because it's too far out for us. So what we are doing, what's our main job, is observing people, how they work within their office environments to get some insights. And we're observing the markets too. And we draw out some conclusions for us. And what we recognized the last decade was that work has become more cross-functional. So, and that means you need an office environment which builds up that trends and meta trends and tendencies. So, and we recognized it, and we decided to create an ad hoc microspace which is highly mobile and adaptable to build up temporary spaces. So that was the main idea behind that. So
you told us yesterday that your boss wasn't really enthusiastic about the idea in the first place. Huh?
Yeah, so he is a businessman, so what he's asking for all the time is what's the budget and what's about royalty fees. So, and it took a lot of time to convince him that working together with BASF and especially Design Fabric it's a resource. And that's the main difference compared to other projects we did in the last couple of years. So I learned a lot. For me as a designer, it was a possibility to learn and to grow. And it was so amazing. It was a pleasure to work with you guys.
Uwe just mentioned his boss, who's always focused on the business. I think Design Fabric has become a real business driver for BASF too. Could you tell us a little more about what you do, actually?
Actually, to really break it down to a very simple word, it's consulting. But as Uwe already said, it's also teaching. Yeah. So we support and teach our customers, and our customers at the Design Fabric are the designers, advanced development departments. It's all the people who are involved in these first phases of a product development, and we teach them how to use our materials, what our materials are good for, and actually what is most important, how to really use them in the right way. And so we use the big BASF network to answer all those questions. For example, we work together a lot with the people from the ultrasim simulation department, where we say we need to prove the concepts before they are building a more realistic prototype. And so it's a real cooperation, and we open the big BASF world to the designers with a little door.
Uwe, how important is it for you as a designer to be up to date when it comes to materials and to have the selection of materials?
That's a field where we recognize also trends and we have to be aware of it, but that's not the driver to me when I'm thinking about new concepts of the future. So we are seeding experts at Edu Design. We did that for the last 20 years. So and that makes it a bit difficult, because to me as a designer it's very important to maintain some distance to what I'm an expert in. So, and that only allows me to think outside the box, to ask the right questions and to draw the right conclusions. So material and technology is interesting, but first of all, a good concept and the way you think about how the people work, it's more important to me as a designer.
Okay. Andreas, we shouldn't forget that there is a third partner involved in the TeamUP chair, actually. What can you tell us about that?
At the end, it's the most important partner at all. It's the customer who will produce and resell the product. So if our customer, in this case it's the company Interstuhl, and we have a long relationship in chairs, in office chairs, and so they know how we work, we know how they work, but we really need them, and we presented them the concept as soon as it was in a state that you could present it to a customer, and they were really excited about it, and they were enthusiastic and wanted really to test that. And this is the most interesting thing with the concept. It's shown here at the K Fair, and really there's an overlap right across the river in Cologne. It will be presented by Interstuhl.
You must not mention Cologne here in Düsseldorf.
I think that's fine, because we have the same problem with Ludwigshafen as well, so we know this thing. But this will be presented at the office furniture fair next week from Tuesday on, and Interstuhl will do a customer testing there and find out how the people react on the concept, and I'm sure that they will produce it afterwards.
Last question also to you, Andreas. You did a bicycle, you did a chair now, you did lamps and wine coolers, you were involved in concept cars. What's next from Design Fabrik?
Just to correct you, I didn't do it. So because we could not do it without designers, we could not do it with our customers, so we need really a bunch of people to really do it. And now to say what is next would be very stupid, because then there is no surprise at the next K show, but actually there is something, and I'm sure that it will be even better, because we will be better every time. And so just be surprised.
Okay, so we're waiting for that surprise. Uwe, Andreas, thank you very much for this interesting discussion. The TeamUP chair is over there. The experts are still here, so feel free to approach them. Thanks a lot and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you.
You too, thank you.
Thanks.